Some quick thoughts about stars. It's interesting because we know very little about stars in reality. Most of what we think we know about stars is based on assumptions that people make about stars, and then they add assumptions to assumptions and even more assumptions, and then that's where we get all of the stuff that we think we know about stars. Some of the things that are interesting to me, though, is like planets that we can see at night. To a person that didn't realize they were planets, they look like stars. They call them wandering stars. And this makes me think of some whole new stuff, because modern science today would try and say that the sun is kind of a minor, medium-sized star or something like that, not very hot or anything like that compared to other stars. Well, these planets that we have that would appear to be stars, they obviously aren't very hot at all. Some of them are quite cool, and some of them might be a little warmer, but none of them are burning or on fire, the planets. And that's made me think a lot more about some things that I would love for science to actually do if we really had people that really wanted to do some scientific discoveries. Our furthest space probe that we've sent into space has only gone like 11 billion miles or somewhere in that neighborhood. But to me, if I were going to make a modern space probe and wanted to do some real science, why not make a space probe with a heat detection system on it that can detect heat at a distance, and also a probe that can detect distant objects and kind of measure a distance to a distant object, and send that probe directly to what we think is the nearest star, or maybe a good hot star that's pretty close. And as it goes, year after year, take some measurings, and see if our speculation has anything to do with the numbers that come back that the probe would generate. Anyway, I just wanted to put this together and give people a chance to rethink some things about stars. I really wonder how big our solar system really is. Psalm 19 is amazing in the Bible. It indicates that there's nothing that isn't affected by the heat of the sun. And I believe the Bible totally and literally. Every word that it says, I believe, comes from God and is totally trustworthy scientifically and every other way. So to me, I don't expect any star to be like the sun. I expect every star to be fairly cool. They may generate some heat, but the amount of heat they generate, I would expect, would be very negligible compared to the sun. I believe the sun is by far the hottest object in all of space. And of course, this could very easily be proven wrong, possibly. You know, if scientists wanted to actually prove something supposedly wrong, send something towards a star that we assume is really, really hot, and let's get some heat detected. I don't know of any studies that have been done of any hard evidence that suggests that stars actually really are hot, and it would be really cool to see some real science done to back up some of these claims that they want to make, or to just blow them out of the water, which is what would end up happening. But anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you'd like to. Thank you for your time watching the video. Just some thoughts I wanted to get out there.